Hi everybody, good morning, good afternoon and good evening, depending on the time you're watching this video and the location you're watching this video from. You're welcome. I'm glad to have you here. If this is your first time of stumbling upon my channel, I say welcome. I'll plead with you to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that whenever I release a new video, you get to see it. And to the old timers, thank you very much for hanging around. I have gotten a lot of messages in my DM from the new people who have stumbled upon my channel for the first time, or who have joined my Telegram group, who don't have any idea on how to use their MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. They've requested for a guide on how to set up their MetaTrader 4 or 5. So I've decided to do this short video, and some of them also have concerns on how to use the indicators that are being shared in the Telegram channel for free. So let's get into the chat. So this is not a video on how to trade, okay? It's a video on how to set up your MetaTrader 4. But it's the same setup you can use for MetaTrader 5. So now when you create your account, I'm using Xness. That's the broker I use. One of the best brokers out there. The link on how to join Xness is beneath this video. When you click on that link, you will create an account and then you get your login details. So when you get your login details and you open your MetaTrader 5 after you've downloaded it, because you need to download it, come to your left side, you see accounts, right? So right click, don't choose open an account. Click on login to trade account. Okay, when you click on it, you have your login details. You put that in. I'm already in, so I don't need to log in again. So this is my demo. So if you have a demo account, you have a different server. If you have a live account, you have a different server. Okay, so I'm already inside, so I don't need to log in again. So now if you want to open a chart, you right click, you go to the market watch. So let's say we are looking at GBP USD. I right click and then I click on chart window. So now when you click on chart window, you have it opened. Now personally, I don't like the default color it comes with. So I usually change mine. So to change it, you go to properties. Okay. I changed this from black to gray. I prefer gray. So I choose any of the gray, slate gray or deep gray. Then the grid are these lines you're seeing here. I personally don't like them. So I click on none. So it's gone. So now for my bar up, that's if the trend is going in an upward movement, a bullish movement, I personally like mine to be blue. And then if it's coming in a downward movement, a sell movement, I prefer mine to be red. So for the bull, I make it blue. For the bear, I make it red. Okay, then I click on done. So this is how my setup is. Okay, so now we have three types of candles on our charts. One, we have what we call the bar chart. Okay, if you want to zoom out, you zoom out using this icon here. So now you see that the candles are in line bars. Okay, and we also have let me change this to the other gray. Okay, yeah, and we also have what we call the normal candles. You can see. So this is more thicker. This is more clearer. And then we also have the line chart. Personally, I love using the line chart when I want to draw my support and resistance zones. Okay, it's easier for me. Support is when price has moved from a bearish movement, a sell direction for quite a while, and it gets to a particular place where that sell is exhausted and the market will take a break, either for a pullback or a reversal. So looking at this, my chart, when the market got to this direction, I can see that there was the market could not go further than this direction. So to me, this was my support zone. Now, when the market moved up also, it got here. This is also a resistance zone. When it got here, the market bought all the way up here. It couldn't continue further. The buy was exhausted. It continued coming down. Now, I always advise that don't depend on indicators. Indicators are just, an easy way out. But you must know your market structure. You must know price action. Study it. Understand how market moves and how the market behaves. You don't need to study every pair. You can just choose 1 or 2 or 3 pairs and spend time with those pairs and understand them very well. So once I mark out my support resistance zones, I go back to my normal candles because I prefer candles. Now, remember, indicators are there just to help you, make work a bit easier for you, but you don't depend on them fully. That's my advice. So you always have to do your top-down analysis to know where the market is going and where the market is coming. Then you trade in the line of that you trade in line with the trend of the overall trend, okay, of the higher time frames. Okay, so this is D1. Now we have monthly, we have weekly, okay, and we have daily all the way down. So looking at this pair, currently we are coming down. Okay, we are having a downward movement. This week, monthly. Weekly too, we are having a downward movement of this pair, GBP USD. Daily, we are having the same thing. So it means with your indicator, you are looking for only sell opportunities. You are looking for only bearish opportunities. You don't want to trade against the overall trend. If you do that, you lose your money. The trend is your friend and money is in the trend. So now, before we get to the indicators I use in trading, I have to, which is the BTMM and then the Achimat and the other indicators that I use. But you must have a trade entry rule. That is one advice. You must have a trade plan. You must have a trade entry rule. I'll show you my trade entry rules when I'm using indicators. When I choose to use my indicator, I told you this is just how to set up. It's not how to trade. Okay, the other videos on how to trade, which you can check. So now we've done our top-down analysis. We know that overall this pair is coming down. So we'll focus on only trading sell opportunities. You don't want to trade against the overall trend and against the higher time frames. So now, example, if I want to save this as my template, remember I said this is the original one, which I personally don't like. So now I have this as what I want to use. Okay. Now I'll just have to right click and click save. Then I'll make this default. I'll type default, DFAULT. That's what I'll save it as, default. So once I click save, it means that even if I close this now, if I close this and want to open another, let me even use AUUSD before we come back to our old. See now, I have a clean chart. Now I don't have that black background again. So this is how to save your default template. Okay. Now, if you want to zoom out, use this icon, zoom out. You want to zoom in, use this to zoom in. Okay. So you have your time frames. This 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour upwards. Okay. Then, so let's say I want to install the indicator before I install my premium. So this is for trend, this is for oscillators, volumes. So let's say I want to put in a moving average. This is a moving average. So let's say I want to have 20 EMA cross, okay, over a 50 EMA. Let's say 50, and I want to make 50. The first one was black. So let's say I want to make this aqua color. You can have simple, you have exponential, smoothing, linear. It depends on which one you choose. They are virtually almost the same thing, just slight differences. So for me, I prefer to use exponential. So let's say I'm trading using EMA cross, which I don't advise just because there's a cross you trade in. And no, like I said, do your top-down analysis and trade in line with the overall trend. So now, this has crossed here, indicating a sellward movement. Now, because I've done my top down analysis, I know that, oh, we're in a downward movement. So this has given me a signal to sell. I'll sell. You understand? Because I've done my top down analysis. Now, I have my rules, my trade rules when I'm trading naked charts. And I also have my rules when I'm trading with indicators. And because I'm talking about how to use indicators in the group, now we are looking at this indicator. This is the Agimat. Agimat gives you, I have the Agimat with some other tools I've added to it. It tells you when price has gotten to a support zone. It tells you when price has gotten to a resistance zone. And we have this trade volume as well I've added that tells me the overall strength. So looking at this, remember we did our top-down analysis telling us the market is coming down. We're in a downward movement. We're in a bearish. We're in a sell. Depending on whatever you want to call it. You don't want to trade against the overall trend. So now, even looking at this trading volume indicator, it's telling me that the bears are in control. Okay? So now, because I've done my top-down analysis, this indicator will give you an alert when it gets to a support zone or a resistance zone. Now, this is where my trade entry rules come in. Okay? Now, this is my Excel I've designed for myself. Price must always be at a support for a buy. TDI must be in agreement for me. Now, I don't trade anything less than 100%. So looking at the example we have here, it's a sell. Now, price, the alert told me that price, let me pull my line. The alert, an alert came here, this yellow and black, telling me price has gotten to where? A resistance. Fine. Remember, I told you I buy from support and I sell from resistance. So this is I put my arrow when the alert came. Now, I wait for my second alert, which is the white arrow, telling me that now the sell is confirmed. But I don't just jump in. Now I'm looking at my this thing. One, sell has to be at a resistance. Good. TDI has to be in agreement. So I go back. Where's my TDI? My TDI is this second indicator here. Look at the green. The green, let me see if I can make it white. Let me make that white. White. Okay. So the green and the red has to cross the yellow in the direction. So now, red and white have crossed in the yellow. The yellow is the market baseline. They have crossed the yellow coming down. So remember, my trade entry was 1 for a sell. Price had to be at a resistance. Yes, price was at a resistance zone. You can see this block here is a resistance zone. 2, price also, TDI also has to be in agreement in that direction. TDI 2 was coming down. It has crossed, coming down. So now, my conditions are met. I told you I don't trade anything less than 100% for me. So if let's say the alert came and it wasn't at this thing, I'll choose no. Okay? Now you see it has got to 80%. Then this also, it came and it's also no. This 70%, I'm not taking the trade. I'm taking only trades that are 80% and 100%. So this is 90. I'll take. It's a mathematics settings I've done, but with Excel you can do all those formulas and stuff. So now I will take this trade. Now when I take this trade, I'll put my stop loss at, let me remove this, at the previous high. So this will be my stop loss. I'll put my stop loss just above the arrow there. Then I take profit 1, maybe here. It depends on how I want. If I want, I'll just be trailing it till I get the number of pips I want to get. So this is how we use the Agimat. And this is how I trade using the Agimat. And this is how I set up my MetaTrader 4. So I hope this helps the new comers and anybody who has never used a MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. You can use it. You can use the setup I have given you. And also, if you want this indicator, it's totally free in the group. The Telegram group link is beneath this video as well. Join it. When you get into the group, you have access. There are many indicators there for MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. You get the Agimat. This is the Agimat we used for the learning class today. So the Agimat, it makes your trading very easy. That's why I like to use it. It makes it very easy. Yes. And then the other things I've added here to it. But everything is in the channel. So thank you very much. and every one of us have a blessed day.